Well, hello. It's Sunday, wow, August 25th. Here we are. Continuing on Windshield, and we did look into that, moving that cross brace, and yes, we are going to move that cross brace forward a little bit. We have yet to determine how far we're going to move that forward. We need to check the layout of where all the rivets are on the hold down strips and trim strips and figure out what we're changing there. Actually, I should say figure out where we're going to put that, and then everything else will measure off of that for trimming the windshield and for making the trim strips that go across the ribs for that skylight. So we'll get going on that. All right, we got our windshield marked here. We marked the center line of the cross tube where the rivets are. We marked that. And then there's another mark in there where we marked the front side of the tube so we can see where that edge is. We're going to measure all this, double check everything. And oh, you can see that cross tube where those notches are that fit over the ribs. It's super tight on those ribs, and so it scrapes the paint right off the ribs when you put it on there. So we'll have to touch that up if it's visible. But yeah, so we're gonna, like I said, we're moving this cross brace forward just a little bit, so we're gonna have to trim off a little bit of that windshield. Gonna measure that up, make sure we're cutting off the right amount that we want to do, and see where we get. All right, we're getting ready to trim this windshield back, and we did do like 3 rechecks on this and actually ended up adjusting the cut line further back. So we're cutting less of the windshield so that if we do need to take more off, we can take more off. You can't put it back on once you cut it off. So we've checked it, like I said, probably about 3 times now, and it's all coming up the same now. On here, and we ended up right at 08, or sorry, 3/4, 0775. We're going 3/4 of an inch off of that, and we'll see what that gets us. I'm gonna cut this. If we do need to take more off, you know, just a little tiny bit, we can use we've got a belt sander that we used on the other stuff. It worked pretty good. We can use a belt sander on that to take a tiny little bit off. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, we've got our strips. This is the, what do they call this?
Forward trim strip?
Outboard trim strip?
Outboard trim strip.
This is the outboard trim strip, measured to 46 7/8 inches. And we just put it up on the airplane and measured it out. There's a spot. Okay, so that strip has to sit, the forward edge of that strip sits 5/8 of an inch back from where the top wing skin meets up with the spar, that forward edge right there. So that's 5/8 inch back, and 46 7/8, it comes out just, what'd you say, Teen, about a 16th of an inch long on the back side. So we're not going to cut it short. We're going to go 46 7/8, And then before we rivet all this stuff down, if we need to trim that back, we can. Yes. Yeah. All right, proceeding along here, we've got, this is actually the top trim strip. So you do the top trim strip, get that marked and drilled out, and then we're going to lay everything up with the spacer, and then the bottom trim strip, get that adjusted onto the wing root on the top skin, and then we'll transfer drill through there. So that's kind of a big step. Did run into a little bit of a question on how the spacer strip fits in there, and shot a question over to Derek, and Derek, thank you so much for giving me a phone call. We had a nice chat, talked about the fit up, and made us feel quite a bit better about what we were seeing on here. So, and I guess I should say what we were seeing was a slight gap between the windshield and the spacer strip that goes in there, and you'll see how this all goes together here. I don't know if it'll be today, but we'll see. If I get to it, I'll show you how it fits. Well, it's supposed to be cooling off, and it is cooling off. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit, but yeah, hopefully we're going to get some rain. Maybe we're going to get some rain out of this over the next couple days, but we'll see. All right, we are done for today, and we got the one side drilled out to a 1/8, and we'll eventually come back through here and ream these up to a number 30. But just a few notes. That's what that looks like. So if you can see, imagine the windshield is going to not slide into, but the windshield will sit in that, it'll sit in that little gap right there that goes all along to the back. And the skylight will be in the back part there. So lots of measuring, double checking. We did a lot of double checking on this. I can't remember if I had the video or not. I initially put this on and I didn't have it in the right spots. We had it all clamped down, ready to go, and I said, let's one more time check it, and it was off by, I think, 1/8 of an inch. Note on that top spacer strip, that's the one that you do first. You measure out and you mark and drill all the holes in it first, so that's what you use to transfer drill through. That gets cut to 46?
46 and 7/8.
46 and 7/8. And don't worry if you lay that down on the skin and you line it up in the front and it's a little bit long in the back, don't worry, because it's actually on the top side. So once you put that all together, it's perfect on the back. I'll show that here. So here's that top trim piece that comes on. Like I said, when you first lay it on here without the base and the middle part, it looks like it's a little bit long, but don't be tempted to trim that back, because once you put this top on or put everything underneath it, it lines up just exactly perfect with this rear of this wing skin. So we've got that on there. Like I said, we'll ream these up to a 30. We need to trim these two pieces here. We'll trim those off so that they're flush, and then we can move on to the other side. So yeah, kind of a little bit of a long day today getting all this stuff figured out. And once again, said it before, but thank you, Derek, for the phone call and the chat on how some of this stuff fits up. I wasn't quite grasping a few items, and he was really happy to help. So hey, if you haven't checked out his channel, here it is on here, and it's in the description too. So check it out. Good videos there, especially his windshield series. Here comes a military jet. All right, so hey everybody, thanks for watching the videos. Hope you have a good evening, and that is it for now.